Hey, welcome back to Creating Your Life. Today I want to talk about investing. Now, a lot of people have been noticing a recent shift in the stock markets to where there's a lot of people making money on the stock markets. And there's a lot of ads being put out saying, you too can get in investing. You can start investing today. There might have been an ad that played before this very video saying, our easy investing tips will help you in our course and our whatever. And so you might be wondering, should I be investing? Should I be getting into the stock market? And when and how and what should I buy? And so on. So I'm here to answer some of those questions for you. So if you are not currently in the stock market, the question, should I get into investing? The short answer is yes, absolutely. The little bit longer answer is, and I'm going to give away one of the secrets here. If you're watching this video, you should not get into day trading or any kind of investing like that. The stuff that you see on TV and movies and all that, guys sitting down at the New York Stock Exchange, sitting there buying and selling like crazy, you should not get into that. And I'll tell you why. I think of a quote that I heard from somebody, and I don't remember who it was. I tried searching it to see who it was, and I couldn't find the quote directly. But the individual was talking about gambling, and he said, I can win a poker game without any cards. And when you hear that quote and you think about it, you maybe, hopefully, understand that poker has nothing to do with the cards and has everything to do with an individual making somebody else feel like they have the upper hand on that person. And if that other individual feels that way, that person takes their money. Sometimes the cards matter. Very rarely, but sometimes. And you'll see in a poker match, it goes, people throw money in, other people throw money in, they match, they call, they whatever. How many times do they fold? How many times do they just throw their cards in and say, I'm out? A lot. And the reason is because that guy didn't have anything, but he believed that the guy he was playing with has something better than him, and nobody ever shows their cards. So how do you know who truly won that match? Well, it's easy. The guy who walked away from the table is the guy that lost. The guy with all the money is the guy that won. Now, recently, the markets have been all over the place, and there's been a lot of people making a lot of money on the markets. Are they making money because the companies are truly doing something that warrants this market fluctuation, this increase in stocks? Are they really doing anything? I'm going to suggest the answer is no. And what you're observing here is a lot of people with a lot of money that are sitting at a table and they're gambling with that money. If you want to get involved, you can, and you can come sit at the same table as the rich people. But if you're sitting there with $100, $1,000, $100,000, you are going to get bled dry before you make any significant money. You're going to have a lot of money tied up and you're going to be making pennies. Whereas when a company moves 1% and I've got $1 million tied into that stock, 1% is a lot of money. 1% of $100 is not a lot of money. So yes, you should be invested, but you should do it the right way. So if you're watching this video, I'm going to assume that you are a novice investor or have no investing experience. Why? Because the guys who know what they're doing are not watching a YouTube video trying to figure out if they should be investing. No offense to you, but that's just the reality. So if you've got money, it will be taken from you if you try to get into that investing game. What you want to do instead is invest in an index fund. And an index fund means that there's really smart people who can take your $100, your $1,000, your $100,000, and they can add it to a pool of others who have also got $100, $1,000, or $100,000 till it is a sizable amount. And then they invest it smartly and wisely because their full-time job is making sure that money is growing. If your full-time job is not watching the markets, you will not get the same returns. Now, this is a safer way to go. Now, if you've just come into money and you want to just go and blow it all, go for it. Approach this market the same as gambling, because it is a gamble, and you could lose everything. So when you're figuring out how much should I put, I would not take all of my retirement money and put it into the stock market hoping to win big, because you will be working for the rest of your life. You might win big and cash out, and that could be great. The odds are very much against you, and you want to take a more streamlined and cautious approach. There are professionals that do this every day. Trust them to do that for you. Now, how does that explain the changes and fluctuations in the market? Well, it's quite simple. You've got these guys with a lot of leverage. They've got a huge portfolio. They've got a lot of money tied up. Money measured in the millions or the billions that is tied up in the stock market. That means they can afford to take 1%, 2%, and it turns into a lot of money as well. Well, since they control so much money, it is easy for them to go buy a stock, manipulate that stock, convince you that that's the stock to buy into. So you come to the table 3 days later and dump your money in. Well, all we need is 1 million people that have more money than brains, very literally, more money than brains, to dump in $1,000, $100,000, or whatever, and that stock edges up more. And as soon as that happens, guess what happens? The guy with the millions invested pulls out, and the stock that you just bought drops, and it drops lower than what you bought in at, and now you've lost your money, and that rich guy walked away with your money, because it goes somewhere. When the value changes, he sells high, the money you put in comes out with him, there's no money left, the stock market goes down. And that's why you do not want to get into the market trying to buy on your own, unless you're just playing with money that you can afford to lose. If you can afford to lose it and you're going to treat this like a game, go ahead, knock yourself out. But for everybody else, just be smart about it. Go to an index fund. They will invest in the hot stocks and the safe stocks and have a balanced portfolio. You can pick your risk level, so you can get high risk, which can come with high reward but also come with loss, or you can have low risk, which only brings a couple percent, but it's still usually better than what the banks get you. So that's my advice for stock market investments. I am not a stock broker. I am not a market investor. I am not a financial planner. So consider this as my personal thoughts, and I am not telling you what to do, but if you choose to do what I say, know that you've just collected the information and made your own choice based on your own information. I hope this video helps you out in some way. Don't forget to check out some of our other videos. This is a varied channel. We're talking about creating our life, and creating our life is financial, spiritual, and wellness. And we got a lot of videos that cover a lot of different things in those areas. So this is just the financial part of this channel. There's gonna be more videos like this. There's gonna be more videos like some of the ones that you see over here. But I hope you find something that you like and that you stick around and subscribe below. We hope to see you again. But until next time, have a great day.